Lesson 41, Part 2 is solving inequalities by adding or subtracting. Go ahead and get your notes ready and push play when you're ready to begin. Okay, well, I think you're going to like this lesson. I think we can go through it pretty quickly because it's so similar to the lesson that we did when we were solving equations. Solving inequalities is exactly the same as solving equations, just that we have to graph at the end. So let's go ahead and do a we-do right away. We have x minus 9 is less than 18. X minus 9 less than 18. Well, I can't really graph my inequality or figure out what x is until I get x by itself. And we did, when this was an equal sign, we figured out real easily how to do that. We would just do opposite of what was hanging out with the variable. Well, you remember how I kept calling the equal sign the ocean? Here's the ocean, here's the variable, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's different types of oceans. There's the Pacific Ocean, and there's the Atlantic Ocean, and there's the Indian Ocean. So just like there's different oceans out there, there's different oceans here. So there's the equal sign, there's the less than sign, and there's the greater than sign. So we're just going to use the same skills. So here is my ocean. Here is my variable. I have a minus 9 or a negative 9 hanging out with my variable. I'm going to undo that by adding 9, and I must do that to both sides to keep the scale balanced the way it is. We know it's off kilter a little bit. We just don't want to change it from being off kilter the way it is. So we're going to keep it as it is. That cancels that out, leaves me with x. And 18 plus 9 is 27. So x, whatever it is smaller than or is less than 27 because the alligator butt is pointing to him. So this number must be bigger. So then all we have to do is graph it. I don't want you to have to spend a whole bunch of time graphing stuff. So we know if that's 0 here, let's just count by tens and make it quick. There's 10, 20, 30. And of course we know that 27 would fall somewhere in here, right? 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, right there. So we'll put 27 and we'll circle it. I don't bubble this one in because there's no equal sign. It doesn't say it's less than or equal to, it just says less than. So I don't bubble it in. And we know that this number is smaller, so it could be 20, it could be 10, it can't be 30, so it must go that way. So now it's been graphed and that's it. So same skill as we did with the equations, and then the graphing we worked on in the previous lesson. So put those two things together, nice and easy. All right, let's try another we do before I send you off to a you do. I have 14 is less than or equal to 3 plus k. And so I handle this the same way I did with equations. Here is my ocean. Here is my variable. Who's hanging out with my variable? There's no sign in front of him to tell me if he's positive or negative. He must be a positive. So I have positive 3. How do I undo positive 3? I subtract or do negative 3 to cancel him out. And I have to do that to the other side of the ocean to keep it the way it was. That leaves me with k over here. The sign stays the same. And 14 subtract 3 is 11. So k, whatever k is bigger than or equal to 11. So it could be 11 or it could be more than 11 because the alligator mouth is going that way. So let's graph it. I have 0, I have 10, and 20, so 11 is going to be right about here. Circle it. Bubble it this time because he could be 11, or he's going to be bigger, so he could be 12, or 13, or 20, but he can't be any of that. So that's all. So I think you're ready to try a you do. Go ahead and solve y minus 5 is greater than or equal to 2, and graph it on a number line. Pause this video where it's at, solve it all and graph it all, and then push play when you think you've got it all done. Okay, so let's see how you did. Here's my ocean, here's my variable. I have a subtract 5 or a negative 5 going on here, so instead I'm going to do the opposite of that, and I'm going to add 5 to cancel that out. To keep this scale the way it is, I have to do the same to both sides of the scale. Leaves me with y over here and 7 over here. So y, whatever y is, can be 7, or it's going to be more because the alligator mouth is going that way, so obviously it's more than 7. So it can be 7 or more. So let's go ahead and get our number line done here. We have 0, let's do 5, 10, 15, blah, blah, blah. So if that's 5 there, and that's 10, 7 is going to be right around here. So let's go 7 there. Circle it, and I do bubble it in because it can be 7. Y could be 7 possibly. Or it's going to be bigger. It could be 8 or 9 or 10 or 15 or whatever, on and on up. What it cannot be is any of this stuff. That's it. Hopefully that's what you got. That was nice, quick, and easy. Very quick lesson because it was really things that you've already done. We're just putting that together and seeing that it works with inequalities as well. So if you're understanding everything okay, you get to move straight on to the closure and do those problems. If you are still unsure, you want to rewind and review any piece of this, you can do that, or you can come see me for any additional help.